My name's Garret. I'm 23 years old and I'm from Canada. I've been a teacher here at VCV for about 5 months now. So first off, I didn't hear about VCV the conventional way, maybe through online or media, as I actually got connected with a volunteer from my hometown while they were at VCV in Vietnam. So I got to talk to them and video call them while they were here and hear about their stories, their experiences, and how they're liking it. So through that, I instantly got to know a bit about the program. And I'm very fortunate to have that. It was really nice. Really liked the setup of it, where you do an adequate amount of teaching, not too little where you're potentially bored or have too much free time, but enough where you can still do what you want and you feel motivated. And in return, the housing and accommodations made experiencing a different country a lot more affordable and gave me some support systems nearby coming to Vietnam, a place I've never been to before. And the reason I chose VCV was because of all of that and just because of the location. I really wanted to go to Asia, and I heard from my friends who have traveled through Asia and Vietnam, from Miss Tammy, the previous volunteer here, and my own research, that Vietnamese people are really friendly, which I can confirm is true. The food is really good, and most importantly, that it's really safe. It's a really good country to be in, and I never felt out of my comfort zone safety-wise while I was here. So those were the main reasons. And besides that, looking back on it, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I'm really happy I applied here at VCV. Yeah, I didn't have any formal teaching experience, as my background is not as a teacher. I have gone through the Canadian education system and have a bachelor's degree in biology. So I've spent a lot of time in the classroom, which gave me some comfort on just knowing how lessons are taught and building off how teachers have taught me to generally create a teaching approach unique to myself. But really how I managed was through the support systems here at VCV. At the very beginning, I was paired up with other teachers to shadow them and teach alongside them to see how those with a bit more experience under their belt taught. So that was really nice to see how they taught. And also I was able to ask them questions, as well as the TAs who work for VCV and other students. I would also ask them questions on how you like to be taught. So I had a lot of resources around me to make me feel confident and prepared for teaching here. Some difficulties that I may have had sharing accommodations with other people there wasn't that many, honestly. I think I lived at home growing up, like most kids do. And then when I went to university, I lived with one other roommate. So I had a bit of experience living with someone else, but never living with like 5, 8 teachers and moving people. So at first I thought it was not going to be as smooth as it was, but really the type of people that are attracted to this kind of opportunity are really amazing people, and that everyone really gets along well for the most part. So there's a lot of positive aspects, but to focus on maybe something that wasn't the best is, I think my sleeping habits maybe got a bit worse while I was here, because it's very social, and at night people are always doing something, so it's hard to be disciplined and want to go to bed when there's cards or a movie playing and staying up late, and sometimes people get up at different times. So really, sleeping schedules are a bit hard, but besides that, I didn't really have any other problems. It was really, really nice for me. What I'm going to miss the most is definitely the friends I made here, and that there's a lot of people that I really hope to connect with again in the future. And it's really hard to realize that I'm leaving soon now, and to say goodbye to so many connections and friendships that were made. That's really the hardest thing. The other hard things, maybe specific to Vietnam, is Vietnamese food. I think it's going to be hard to go back to Canadian food, especially when it's more expensive and not as good. And the social culture of Vietnam, especially with cafes being very cheap, just going out for lunch or coffee with people, I'm going to miss. But I hope to take a bit of that back with me. But I cannot emphasize enough how much I'm going to miss everyone I met here, from my students, my kindergarteners, the kids that I became connected with and really saw grow while I was here, but also my adult classes where they really became my best friends here. So there's a lot to miss, and I'm really grateful for everyone I met here and all the help they gave me in life to help grow as a person. It really meant a lot.